Hi guys, I'm back with review of fresh release from Fenix. This time it is LR50R with its 12,000 lumens and battery pack of 4 21700 batteries. Let's take a deep look into this expensive top model. Paying $400 for a flashlight, you expect to get simply the best, and in the case of Fenix LR50R, you get it. The box is large and extremely attractive. If you take it as a gift, it will look damn impressive. The kit includes the flashlight itself, a battery pack of 4 21700 4000 mAh batteries, a lanyard, a holster, a tripod mount, a shoulder strap, a manual, a warranty card, a charging cable. This flashlight is perhaps the most expensive of the modern Fenix models at the recent time of release, so Fenix paid most attention to all the stuff the kit includes. The flashlight, of course, is far from being a small one, but I cannot call it frankly big. You cannot put it into your pocket, of course, but when carried in a holster it will not cause any inconvenience. This heavy piece of black metal with a bunch of cooling fins and a platform with 2 buttons is definitely an eye-catcher. It costs, frankly, a lot again, but it also looks fitting the price. And this is undoubtedly good, because design of Fenix flashlights is often extremely similar one. For the sake of fairness, I cannot say that there is any grace of high design here. The appearance of the flashlight is quite simple, but it is precisely that combination of size, weight and brutal simplicity of design that gives the overall winning effect. The flashlight can be disassembled into 2 parts, head and primary body. The thread is well lubricated. A battery pack consists of 4 21700 batteries. In general, that's a tolerable option. The main thing is that the battery is not built in here. If you already have the money for such a flashlight, then you will probably find some more money for a spare battery. I must also say my thanks to Fenix, because they let LR50R support individual 21700 batteries in case of urgent need. I have to only notice that you'll not get access to turbo mode this way, and 21700 batteries should be at least button top to touch contact ring at head. Here it is, by the way. The knurling is deep and tenacious, but still a medium-sized hand will not fully cover such a flashlight. A truly comfortable and reliable grip will be available only for those ones who have really large palms. Given that the weight of the flashlight implies using a shoulder strap during long-term use, I don't see any obvious problem with this. The pair of buttons on the head help to bypass that simplicity of Fenix user interface that I don't like so much. You get quick access to turbo, to strobe and lock mode, and flashlight enters lowest mode after getting unlocked, so you don't get blinded. The charge power and discharge power as well, there's a power bank mode, is 18 watts, and it takes just 3 hours to fully charge battery pack. That is really cool. There is also a hole for tripod mount. In my case, this cylinder was tightened so strong that I thought it was glued. This is a sort of stuff that will be really useful for some people and really useless for other people. Such a large head with lots of deep cooling fins is undoubtedly advantage, as it should have excellent heat transfer and increase runtime in higher modes. My review, of course, includes runtime charts for these flashlights, so we'll see them quite soon. And now the sad part. There are 4 relatively deep, smooth reflectors with SST70 LEDs. And I seriously believe that good old XHP 70.2 LED would be the best choice for this flashlight, because SST70 has almost the same brightness, they have just a little bit more throw, but the problem is that they have really green tint in lower modes. I seriously think that Fenix did mistake using these LEDs here instead of XHP 70.2, especially XHP 70.2 with good color temperature. Now you've got SST 70 with cold white, which is really not cool at all. Which is cool is the pair of sensors designed to disable higher modes when there is some obstacle nearby, basically that prevents burning holster and stuff in your backpack. That's a good idea that I really like. Flashlight size and the capacity of battery pack allow you to expect a good runtime at the higher levels, and you really have the one. Moreover, cooling has a clear effect even on a very bright and hot turbo mode. I think that in terms of stabilization and runtime at higher levels, Fenix LR50R does everything right. There is nothing to complain about. Well done. Even Promo Peak shows you that SST70 has that green tint even in turbo mode. Lower is mode, greener is the light. However, as I've mentioned a little bit earlier, the flashlight will be used outdoors, and in most situations this green tint will not be seen. But what will be clearly seen is that the great disadvantage of cold white light. It is so much uncomfortable and inappropriate for working in fog or rain comparing to 4 or 5,000 Kelvin LEDs. And as far as I remember, SST70 has 5000 Kelvin's version, which I believe will significantly improve the situation both with the greenery and the practicality of working at a distance. It is unpleasantly surprising that a manufacturer with such a long history is still chasing a small increase in brightness at the expense of usability. I really and honestly believe that taking care about color temperature would help Fenix to sell flashlight more than numbers of lumens in specifications. Nevertheless, I definitely like the light distribution of Fenix LR50R. This is a clear example of what many buyers are asking for: combination of good throw and side light. The flashlight is quite convenient at both nearest and at the maximum range. It is just a pity that the throw is definitely not the strong side of Fenix LR50R. This promised throw of 950 meters is something virtual. In reality, Fenix LR50R somehow penetrates 500 meters in turbo mode, and in high 1 mode, the mode which will last for 2.5 hours without step down, the best mode for me, the flashlight covers about 200 meters, which is more than good for a lot of needs. And the aforementioned dedomed XHP 70.2 would actually give a good increase in throw. And here are my overall impressions. Fenix LR50R is clearly a step forward for Fenix. The manufacturer went the right way, equipping the flashlight with a battery pack of 4 21700 batteries. The overall increase in capacity coupled with the corresponding size increase made it possible to get really impressive runtime in general, and in bright upper modes in particular. Stable 2.5 hours at 3,500 lumens is undoubtedly an outstanding result, and the increase in size didn't affect the convenience of use in any way. The shoulder strap will allow you to completely relieve your hands. What else? The flashlight is really bright. Even though 12,000 lumens is a fairly common brightness by modern standards, but still it is damn bright flashlight. Fast charging with power bank mode is undoubtedly a good feature. Fenix LR50R also lets you to use regular single 21700 batteries, which is a unique feature for a model with a battery pack. Fenix LR50R has an excellent, impressively brutal appearance and package with remarkable gift potential. There is something to put on the back of the scale as well. The cool light of the flashlight is complemented by a pronounced green tint in lower modes, and I believe that the user most likely will not see this, as well as a freaking thermoregulation, so in summer outdoor use. The problem is that cold light, reflecting all the moisture and dust scattered in the air, is certainly impractical for a throw, for a working at a distance. The good old 4, even 5000 Kelvins XHP 70.2 would undoubtedly be a much more justified choice for this flashlight, as I think. So in my opinion, a real 500 meters of throw in turbo mode allows Fenix LR50R to be called a searchlight only by fairly old standards. For me personally, this is a really powerful mid-range flashlight with good long-range potential. Is it bad? No, it's just all about the marketing game with definitions. So if you need a really bright and long-lasting light with no step down within a range of couple of hundred meters, Fenix LR50R will give it to you. At this distance you will fully illuminate a 7 or 10 floors building. A classical long-range flashlight will illuminate less area at this distance, as well as almost any flashlight comparable in brightness will be smaller, and this means that the thermal step down will drop brightness to some lower mode. Such flashlight will simply not sustain 3,500 lumens for like 2.5 hours like Fenix LR50 does. And one more crucial point. You can buy several top models for the price of Fenix LR50R. In this regard, the price is colossal even for Fenix standards. That seriously limits the circle of potential buyers to those wealthy people who choose according to the principle just give me the most expensive you have in store. I don't see anything in Fenix LR50R that justifies the price tag. As a bottom line, this is a very functionally cool model by Fenix standards. The ordinary user who buys it will undoubtedly be damn happy, as Fenix LR50R has almost all you look for besides serious throw. Here OSRAM or SBT 90.2 set really high standards of throw. So an ordinary user would be happy with LR50R, and actually, as I believe ordinary users are the majority of Fenix audience. But what about experienced users, people who care about color temperature, about tints? I don't think that such cold light and green tint would impress and attract them. If you are an ordinary user, I recommend you to watch my video, the manual for choosing flashlight, where I explain all the details you have to know to pick an appropriate flashlight for you and not waste money on flashlight. So if you like LR50R, check below video, there's a link to store where you can buy it. That's actually all. I appreciate if you subscribe my channel and click bell not to miss new review. Bye.